we're going to just loosen up the neck by lowering your right ear to your right shoulder. And just notice here how the sensation feels in your left side of your neck. So there's a little gentle stretch here. And to take this stretch a little bit further, reach your right hand up and over and bring your left hand to your left shoulder. Sometimes people have told me they don't quite have the flexibility to put their hand here, so you can bring your hand in front and place your hand here. So either way, just bring your left hand to your left shoulder and then gently apply a little traction to gently assist yourself in taking this stretch a bit deeper. So we're just going to breathe here for a few moments. So I was giving some massages yesterday, and I got to massage a celebrity yesterday. It was very exciting. Maybe some of you guys remember Rebecca Loewe. She was on the very first season of The Voice. So I was really excited for her and excited to get to massage her yesterday. And I was just wondering, like, who are you guys' favorite people from The Voice? Do you still watch that show? Who do you love? Who's your favorite? And don't you think, I think Karina should be on The Voice, right? She would totally win. Let's come up and over to the left side. So just gently coming back to center. Then you'll start to lower your left ear to your left shoulder. And we just pause here for a moment and just take notice. How does it feel? Then bring your left hand up and over, and your right hand to your right shoulder. And gently pull your hands apart, stretching into the right side of your neck. So I know that The Voice kind of stepped in over American Idol. Do you guys still watch American Idol, or are you more The Voice fans? I'm a little out of the loop, so you gotta catch me up and let me know what's cool, you guys. I'm just doing yoga all the time. Leave your comments below. It's always great to hear from you guys. It's nice to know our videos are reaching people. Then gently release and bring your head back to center. So already you're just going to start feeling a little bit more loose than when we started just a moment ago. We've got a lot more stretches for you guys. You're going to start stretching into the back of your neck by lowering your chin down to your chest. And so again, just take a moment and notice the subtle stretching across the back of your neck. And then we'll take it a little bit deeper by interlacing your hands at the back of your head. Then lower your elbows towards the floor and let the weight of your arms apply a gentle traction along the back of your neck. So I don't know about you guys, but this is feeling really good for me today. Definitely feels good to stretch out the muscles in the backs of your neck. And you can gently roll your head slightly from side to side. And just notice how it increases the stretch from one side to the other. It's pretty nice. So just find that juicy hot spot where it feels the best and breathe into it. And you can get even more out of this stretch by gently rounding your shoulders forward. This is going to take the stretch further down your spine. Slowly release, coming all all the way back up to center. And let's just gently roll your head around in some circles. You don't have to go fast. It's better if you take your time. And try and feel every little inch of this movement. Every little centimeter for everyone who's watching this video not in the United States. Then roll your head in the other way. Back to center. So we're going to start doing a little bit of mobilization from side to side. So look to your right and then look to your left. And look to the right and look to the left. So you're going to look as far as you can to give you a little stretch through your spine. Right and left. All right, so we're gonna do one of my favorite exercises. This is Karina's favorite too. She loves it. We call this one the face smush. Woo! So I want you to turn your chin towards the right side. Then bring your right hand up to your right cheek. Now press your hand into your cheek and press your cheek back into your hand. So you're creating resistance and a really great smush face. So press, 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 press. Then release your hand and see if you can turn your chin a little bit further. It's kind of like magic. And let's come to the left side. You've got to smush both sides. So turn your chin to the left. Notice how far you can turn. Then bring your hand up to your left cheek. Press your cheek into your hand. Press your hand into your cheek. Smush face. Hopefully there are lots of people around that can see you right now. Maybe they're pointing and laughing. That's great. Maybe you're on a YouTube video in front of millions of people. That's cool too. Press, press. And then release and see if you can turn just a bit further. Let's come back to center. So another important part of getting into this neck and upper body is stretching into your shoulders as well. So let's take a tricep stretch. Reach your right arm up to the sky, then bend your elbow so your hand comes back behind your neck. Reach up with your left hand to grab that right elbow and give a little pull, stretching into your triceps and into your shoulders too. And just breathe. Keep sitting up nice and tall wherever you are, so don't slouch in your seat. Sit up nice and tall, lift through your spine. And then release the right side. And switch. So you're going to bend your left elbow, then reach across with your right hand, grab your left elbow, and pull. Ooh, it's a little tighter on this left side for me. It's really common that people hold tension in different places from one side to the other. So don't be surprised if you notice that it's different from one side to the other. It's really normal. Just breathe and stretch. release your left arm. Now bring your right arm across your chest. And again, use your left hand on your right elbow to pull your right arm across. So you might get a little stretch into your tricep again. Also across the deltoids, that's the muscles across your shoulders. Maybe even starting to feel a stretch in your rhomboids. Those are the muscles between your spine and your shoulder blade. So a lot of people carry tension in there as well. So wherever you're feeling this stretch, just breathe and let it open. And gently release and switch. Bring your left arm across. Grab a hold of your elbow with your right hand and pull your arm across your chest. So while we're stretching into our arms, let's just go ahead and stretch into our forearms and wrists. So take a hold of your fingers, pull them back as you press your palm forward. This is going to give you a stretch through your forearms here. So you might ask yourself, why would I stretch my arms if I'm trying to work out my neck and shoulders? But the truth is that all of our muscles are connected and they're part of one complete system called your body. So, stretching out tension through your wrists and hands has an effect on how your shoulders and neck and spine feel. Then turn your palm over, grab the top of your hand, and pull towards you. So now you're stretching the tops of your forearms and your wrists. And oftentimes people don't think about having tension in your forearms or your hands, but if you spend time at a computer like you are right now, if you spend time at a desk, or if you write a lot, if you're a student studying over books and all these kinds of things are going to build tension in your wrists and hands. We don't ever think about it, but it's there. So release the right side and let's take the left. So press your palm forward. And I guarantee that as you start to move into these stretches, you're going to start to become aware of some tension you didn't even know was there. That's really common. So it's a nice discovery of what's happening in your body. There's a whole universe in here that needs your attention. So if you wanted to just watch this video and you're not actually doing it, come on, just sit there and stretch your wrists and hands. It's going to feel awesome and your body is going to thank you for it. Then let's turn your palm over. Grab onto the back side of your hand and pull towards you, stretching into your wrists. Nice work. Just roll your wrists around a few times. And the other way. Great. Now let's take a little twist here. Just twist through your spine. Bring your right hand across to your left knee. Grow tall and twist. Turn your gaze all the way over your left shoulder. so that it stretches into your neck. And come back to center and switch to the other side. Bring your left hand across, lift up nice and tall, and twist. Turn your gaze all the way to the right. And just breathe while you twist and stretch. Make your way back to center. I'm going to take a little side body stretch here. So reach your left hand all the way out to the left and reach your right arm up and over. This is going to give you a stretch across the side of your ribs, the side of your waist. Really reach through your right hand. Really, really reach. So no chicken arms, no like dead fish arms. Reach all the way so that your whole body is engaged. Stretching over. We'll come all the way up. And then walk your right arm over to the right as far as you can. And stretch up and over with the left arm. Reach through your left fingertips all the way, stretching. And then we'll come all the way up. Nice. You can roll your shoulders around a few times, making big circles with your shoulders. And then come forward, reversing the circles. Just getting some movement in there. And let's roll your head again. And notice how it might feel different than when we started. Hopefully it's feeling a little more loose. And reverse directions. And come back to stillness. Now, one final thing we're going to do in our stretch video today, this is really the best part, you guys, is a little bit of self-massage. So just start with your right side and just start to squeeze the tops of your shoulders here. So this is actually the top part of your trapezius muscle. And this is where we get a lot of trigger points, a lot of knots, and hold a lot of tension. So I'm just using my hand and just squeezing just like this, super easy. And you can apply as much pressure as you need. That's one of the best things about self-massage, is you know how much pressure you need, you know where it feels good. So just squeeze. So the first stretch we're going to practice is called Baddha Konasana. So go ahead and place the soles of your feet together and opening the hips or the knees out towards the side. So here you'll notice you're starting to feel a stretch through the inside of the hips, and you may notice the stretch through the outside of the hips as well. Once you're here, just lengthen up through the spine, moving nice and tall so you're not hunched and rounded over, but really try and reach up through the top of your head. And feeling this stretch, when you're ready, you can begin to fold over. Just folding forward, creasing at the hips. This will deepen the stretch through the inside of the thighs, as well as deepening the stretch across the back of the hips. Once you're in your farthest forward fold,
Just take some nice deep breaths here and relax. When you're ready, you'll just begin to come back up to a seated position. And from here, we're going to move into laying on our back. So you can go ahead and lay down. And just bend your knees so that the soles of your feet are flat on the floor and the knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. You'll begin to cross one ankle over your knee and press that working knee out away from your body. Once you have this shape, you'll reach through your legs and grab a hold of that bent knee and start to draw the knee in towards your chest. You should be feeling a nice stretch along the outside of the hip and the glutes. You can use this elbow to press into the knee, to press the knee away from you, and that will increase the stretch for you. So again, once you've reached your maximum stretch, just breathe and relax here. Releasing the foot back down to the floor. And place both feet flat. Next, you'll move on to the other foot, crossing it over the knee, pressing that working knee away from you. Reaching through the legs, you'll bring that bent knee up towards your chest, and with your arms, you draw the knee in towards you. Breathing here to relax. You can use your elbow to press the knee away from you. And when you're ready, release the feet back towards the floor. Sitting back up, we're going to begin to work on what's called a half pigeon. So this creates a deep outward rotation in the hips and allows for a deep stretch. The best way to get into this pose is to bring one foot across your body and open the knee out so you have a line that is perpendicular to your body. So the shin is creating a perpendicular line. You can go ahead and sit on the outside of your hip here so you have a nice right angle in your knee. From here, you'll begin to stretch the back leg out behind you and rotate that hip straight so it becomes square. Sometimes takes a moment to adjust yourself and get into this posture. Feel free to take as much time as you need. There's no need to rush. If this is enough stretch for you, you can stay right here. You'll feel a nice deep stretch across the hip. If you choose to go deeper, you can begin to fold forward. If you'd like an even deeper stretch, you can begin to move your body closer to your foot, away from your knee, and this will increase the stretch in the hip. When you're ready to come out of the stretch, go ahead and sit back up. You can lean over to the outside of your hip and swing that extended leg back around to the front. Switching to the other side. You'll bring the shin perpendicular to your body, sitting onto this hip so you have a right angle with the knee. From here, you begin to inch that working leg behind you and begin to square the hips. So you're really working to bring this hip forward so you're not collapsed over onto one side. So you're squaring the hips forward. And again, if this is your maximum stretch, feel free to stay right here and breathe. This is an excellent stretch for the hips. If you choose to go deeper, you can begin to fold forward. Remembering to breathe here. When the stretch is intense, the inclination is to hold your breath. But if you take nice, deep breaths, it will allow you to relax into the stretch and really release that tension. For even more stretch, you can begin to move your upper body away from your knee, deepening the stretch through the hip. And as you're ready to come out, just sit up, lean over onto your hip. You can swing that back leg around to the front. Then bring your hands right on top of your knees. And we're going to start with a little cat and cow action. So you'll inhale, reach your heart forward, broaden through your collarbones, squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back, and arch your back. You can look up here. And as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest, rock back on your sacrum, and really stretch your spine. Then inhale, come forward. Reach your heart forward. Look up, broaden your collarbones. And exhale, round your spine, Tuck your chin, rock back on your sacrum. Exhale completely. Then we'll inhale, come forward. And exhale, round your spine. So you're moving with your breath here. Find that rhythm. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, round it back. So we'll do this a couple more times. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, round your spine. So we're just starting to warm up your spine, getting into some mobility here. Come forward on your inhale, arching through your back. And exhale, round. Then on your next inhale, sit all the way up, nice and tall. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Now from here, go ahead and plant your hands onto the floor. And roll forward so you come onto your knees. Then you'll bring your knees stacking directly underneath your hips, and then check that your shoulders come right above your wrists. So you've got some nice strong angles here. So with your hands pressing firmly into the floor, just like when we were seated, inhale, reach your heart forward. Broaden your collarbones, squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back and arch your back. Inhale. Then exhale. Round your spine. Tuck your tailbone. Tuck your chin to your chest. Press down through the floor so you can lift your spine high. Inhale, reach forward. Open through your chest. Reach your heart forward. Look up as you arch your back. Then exhale, round your spine, hug your belly in, press down into the floor. Inhale, reach your heart forward. And exhale, round your spine. We'll do this a couple more times here. Inhale, arch your back, lift your heart and your tailbone. Exhale, round over. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone underneath you. And again, let's inhale, reach your heart forward. And exhale, round your spine over. On your next inhale, just come to a neutral place in your spine. Then we'll do another twist here. So plant your weight into your left hand. Twist your right fingertips high. Then scoop your right fingertips underneath your left arm so you come all the way down to the floor onto your shoulder. So this is a nice stretch for the backs of your shoulders, in between your shoulder blades. So just keep reaching your right fingertips underneath you. And if you want more sensation in this stretch, bring your left hand up over your head so you can press your spine deeper in this twist. And just continue to breathe as you feel this stretch. And this is getting into a lot of tension in the back of your shoulder. So just breathe here and let it soften. And then as you're ready, plant your weight back into your left hand, press up. Come off your right shoulder and replace your right hand to the floor. Shift your weight into your right hand, sweep your left arm high. Then sweep your left arm underneath your right. Come onto your left shoulder, so you get that nice stretch across the back of your shoulder blades. And you can get more stretch by bringing your right hand up overhead to press your spine deeper in this twist. And you may notice more tension on the right or left side. It's usually not the same. So just whatever you notice, pay attention, breathe, and try and relax into this stretch. And then we'll gently come out. So bring your right hand around, plant your weight so you come up off of your left shoulder. And then one last twist that I'll show you guys is really great for your lower back. So that was good twist for your upper back. So we'll do a little twisting for your low back. So go ahead and come down onto your mat or just onto the floor. Lie all the way back. Start by bringing your right knee up towards your chest, and you can hug your knee in so you get a little compression in the hip socket. Then cross your right knee all the way to the floor on the left side of your body. So go ahead and bring your right knee all the way down. And if your right shoulder comes off the floor, that's okay. Just open your right arm out to the side and look over your right shoulder. So this will help you get a little stretch in your chest, as well as getting a nice stretch across your low back as you twist. So we'll stay here for a few breaths, just softening into your low back as you get that rotation, twisting nice and easy. And so you can adjust to the position of your knee. If your knee is a little lower down, then you'll get a little more stretch across the outside of your hip and less of a stretch through your low back. But if you need more stretch through your low back, you can bring your knee higher up, and that will help you twist deeper. So you just find where your knee needs to be so that you can get the best stretch possible. And when you're ready, come back towards neutral and release your right leg down. And then we'll go to the other side. Hug your left knee in towards your chest so you compress into your hip socket a little bit. Then cross your left knee all the way over to the floor on the right side of your body. And then let your shoulder come up if it wants to. Just open your arm to the left and look over your left shoulder. And again, you can play with the placement of your knee wherever it needs to be so that you get the best stretch for your body. And this twisting is really good for your internal organs as well. Helps to detoxify and cleanse the organs in your body. So this is a nice way to stay healthy in your muscles, in your joints, and in your internal organs. And when you're ready to release, just come back through center and relax your left leg down to the floor. And you can take a few minutes to just rest in Shavasana. Just extend your feet to the end of your mat and your hands down by your side with your palms facing up. And just notice how your back feels now. If there's any residual tension, just let it relax into the floor. And let your breath become steady and even. And let yourself have a few moments to just rest and relax. So thank you guys so much for following along with me today.